gusto ko lang malaman kung if the former Director General Albayalde knows about the reward system in the Philippine National Police.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, wala po akong idea doon.
Pero binabanggit din ang quota system eh. Which is actually a reward system, quota system.
Yes, in fairness, Mr. Chairman, wala po kaming nakuhang quota when we were the commander. Wala po kaming nakuhang instruction specifically, whether it's informal or formal instruction, wala pong ganon, Mr. Chairman. And may I just add po, Mr. Chairman, kung yung pong pinag-uusapan na 6,225 are all unsolved cases, baka pwede po nating matanong siguro also from the DIDM. I'm sure hindi po yung lahat na 6,225 cases na yon are all unsolved. I'm sure there are some that are solved pero meron pong death, no? Pero baka meron pong mga na-file na kaso, we can identify the perpetrators actually.
Yes. I think, Mr. Chairman, that is a good suggestion from the former GPNP, that yung 6,000 alleged victim of EJK, do you have a record? Kasi yung mga academe kanina, you have all the data. Out of the 6,200 ba yan that was victimized, ilan na po dyan yung convicted, ilan yung solved, ilan yung pending?
Wala pa kaming ganong datos, pero meron kaming porsyento na 66% nung sa record namin ay kagagawa ng pulis.
Yes, oo. And actually, 56% nakalagay doon sa ano mo kanina?
66 po.
66%
Ano kagagawa ng police? Pinatay silang lahat?
Yung pagpatay ay nangyari sa course ng operasyon ng pulis.
And
Kong Dan, I would think that Attorney Neri would know about that, no? But more than 6,000 or all of them pinatayan.
Yes, Mr. Chair. That was the report actually of the PNP. In real,
Report ng PNP.
yes, the
So
6,000.
ilan po ang report ng PNP na nasolve?
That was the question. In fact, the question of General Albayalde will be answered by the PNP kasi they reported 6,200, Mr. Chair. They should tell us now to convince us na, it's being investigated. However, Mr. Chair, the moment that the PNP will only say, we believe in human rights, very statistical ang points dito, Mr. Chair. No anecdotal answer from the PNP is required about cleansing, about we need the statistics, we need the data. Matake na, Mr. Chair, 6,200 from them. Galing sa UP, galing sa numbers, all numbers.
6,200 ang pinatay.
32.
Yun lang gusto ko lang.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
6,000 ang pinatay.
Pero ang tanong, Mr. Chair, na-imbestigahan ba ito? The PNP should know. If they want to convince us that they did in fact investigate. However, Mr. Chair, in paragraph 86 of the government's appeal to the ICC, kung basahin nyo yung appeal na yon, paragraph 86, the government admitted 52 lang ang naimbestigahan nila. That's why
Hindi na-solve, na-imbestigahan.
Correct, Mr. Chair. Kasi kung 52, kahit pa nga na-solve yung 52, that is still not enough, Mr. Chair.
I would like to ask any incumbent official of the Philippine National Police of the records that is being asked here being said by Attorney Neri.
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair,
Yeah, go ahead, Congressman Ako.
you stated a while ago that we invited the Chief of the Philippine National Police and he is not around, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
And therefore, he would have sent somebody. May we know from the different police officers who would be speaking for and on behalf of the Chief Philippine National Police?
Is there any?
Sino ang representative niya? Kasi para siya ang mag-direct ng mga kuwan.
Hindi, sapagkat kung wala siyang representative, we will be asking him to explain bakit wala siya rito. But the thing is, even if he sends someone to represent him, he must be here. In the next hearing we're going to conduct, we demand that the Director General of the Philippines be here. We will demand that.
Mr. Chair. Yeah. For the meantime, Mr. Chair, may we request in relation to the question of the Honorable Ako that the representative of the PNP Director General be recognized to possibly answer the question of PNP Chief Albayalde.
Mr. Chair, I asked that question simply because the representative of the chief PNP would know who would be able to answer the questions propounded by the other resource persons and by the members of this committee. Siya lang dapat ang magsasabi kung sino ang sasagot. Yun ang one nun. So, that is why I asked for the representative of the chief PNP. I still have the floor, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, may I be clarified on the query of Congressman Acop? We were
On what? On what?
kasi ang parang question natin sa PNP, how many were solved out of the 6,000 cases? Yun po ba ang tanong?
No,
Ang tanong.
yun ang tanong. Ngayon, sino ang sasagot dapat? Appropriate na sasagot doon sa PNP officers.
Okay, Mr. Chair. Klaro. Sige.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, sir, to this August body. I was designated as the team leader of this group for this meeting, and being the designated office primary responsible for this hearing, sir. And I am limited within my designation as the Chief Human Rights Affairs Office, wherein monitoring of cases. However, our
Before you
internal
answer that,
affairs service.
General, before you answer that, do you know the reason why the Director General is not here today?
I think he was attending another Senate hearing, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Regarding the matters in question, sir, our internal affairs service, having that motu proprio function in anything that involves killings or discharge of firearms when it comes to PNP personnel or any police operations for that matter, they have the data, sir, and our representative from Internal Affairs Service for this hearing can present the data, sir.
Go ahead. Sino po ang represent ang data? Go ahead, please. Okay. Were you among those that took the oath? You did. Okay, go ahead. Please sit. Will you please identify yourself and your title in the organization?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, and to the honorable members of this committee. I'm Attorney Jasper Paul Evangelio, current Chief of the Records and Docket Section of our office. And it just so happened, Your Honor, that I am in possession of all the administrative charges filed against our erring PNP police officers. In fact, while listening to some of our resource speakers, I was able po to extract yung iba po sa mga pangalan sa raw data ko. But for purposes po of, I believe that there's certain exceptions po, no? Kaya ang ipapresent ko po today, I already asked naman for clearance, and ipapresent ko po, Your Honor, yung statistical data ng kung gaano po karami yung administratibong kaso na na-file po sa, laban po sa ating mga kapulisan. And with your permission.
But that was ano lang
Mr.
we're
Chair.
talking about the EJK We're
Yes.
not talking about the
Yeah.
whole administrative cases that was filed or different cases.
As far as the Internal Affairs Service, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, is concerned, my only role for this particular hearing is to just present the administrative case. But with regard to EJK, Your Honor, I have no data concerning that, Your Honor.
Congressman ako.
Mr. Chair, may I request that General Francisco take the seat?
General Francisco?
General Francisco, so that all the members and the resource persons will be on the same page. Could you please tell the members of this committee and the other resource persons what is the protocol insofar as investigating alleged extrajudicial killings by law enforcers. Could you please brief us para malaman namin yung protocol talaga? Who
Yes, Your Honor.
investigate yung criminal aspect? Sino nag-iimbestiga dun sa administrative aspect? Dahil alam ko, may protocol ito eh.
Yes, Your Honor. For the information of this committee, once there is a death or killing involved in any police operation, the administrative side of it will be taken over by the Internal Affairs Service or the motu proprio function of this service, while the criminal aspect will be taking care of the local police. In it, they may create an SITG. It is Special Investigation Task Group.
SITG? Ano po yun?
Special Investigation Task Group, wherein CIDG is a member of it. Once this SITG conducts its investigation, and at a certain point in time, there will be no suspect, no update, it will be turned over to CIDG as a cold case. And the CIDG will pursue it until its completion or referral to the prosecution service. Now, we have also a record of police operations where suspects has been killed or died, and we have that record in our DIDM, being also the former director of the Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management. And I think my colleague who changed me has this record of those who died in police operations during this period.
General Francisco, I would think that you have been remiss with your responsibility as far as the statement of Attorney Neri is concerned. Am I right, Attorney Neri?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I know General Francisco from way back in his MPD days, and that's the point I'd like to draw in. First, Mr. Chair.
MPD, were you with the MPD before?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm the former director of the Manila Police District.
When was that?
2020 to 2022, Your Honor.
Okay.
So, Mr. Chair, if I may. Mr. Chair, if I may continue. Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, the data were presented. The question to the PNP today is, so ilan ang naimbestigahan nyo? And we're talking of sorry, the IDM, CIDG, IAS. Ang question lang talaga ng mga pamilya ng biktima, anong criminal cases? Ang admin kasi madali lang yan eh. Pero yung criminal may patay eh. So, ulitin ko lang, Mr. Chair, under their rules of engagement, Section 154, it was in the slides, sinabi doon, pag may police operation at may patay, at inamin ng police na patay pero self-defense ng laban, ang rule, Mr. Chair, sampaan talaga siya ng kaso. Ang self-defense is a matter of defense sa trial. Hindi pwedeng sabihin pumatay ako dyan, tapos sabihin ko lang may dumating na, oh, Neri, pinatay mo kapit ba? Self-defense. Okay pala. No, kakasuhan talaga ako, Mr. Chair. First.
Meron ko ba sa Attorney Neri? Hindi ba, General Francisco, kapag ang police nakapatay, anumang sitwasyon yan eh, DPNP suspends him immediately?
No, sir. It will go to investigation. Due process will be observed, and if suspension is necessary, we will do it. But, Mr. Chair, I told you a while ago that being the former director of the Directorate for Investigation and Detective Management, we have a record of those police operations that there is a death or killing involved.
Attorney Neri.
Well, the rules require an inquest. An inquest is a criminal proceeding. hindi siya admin. Kasi we've seen the reports naman na, may admin cases sa pamilya ng biktima, namatay yung 3 anak ko, tapos admin, reprimand, so yun ang problema. Ngayon, Mr. Chair, ito ang worrisome because the police cannot provide the data. Ang sabi kanina ng police, we are for human rights. The Human Rights Office, forgive me, ang concept ng human rights includes access to justice. If the Human Rights Office of the police doesn't consider access to justice as human rights, then hindi siya comprehensive human rights. Pag sinabi, IAS kasi yan, di namin alam. No, the Human Rights Office should be concerned that these people, Shera, Mrs. Codero, cannot access the documents. She cannot file a case in court. She has no evidence. A violation ng human rights yan. You cannot continue saying we support human rights, but ang daming nagtatanong. Secondly, Mr. Chair, what was actually mentioned by the Solgen was actually a freedom of information aspect. And it's in the EO2 that police investigations cannot be given parang absent approval kasi FOI siya. Exception siya sa FOI. So how can, ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, if I may, I'm very passionate here, that's a matter of policy. Policy yan from the Duterte administration na huwag yung bigyan yan. Yung mga pamilya na yan, huwag yung police investigation to eh. That is the second problem here. Because now you cannot charge the family or wala lang kayo nagka-file ng kaso. Wala. Minsan autopsy report, hindi makuha ni Attorney Chrissy. Thirdly, Mr. Chair, CHR ang humingi, i-FOI mo. I mean, why should the police FOI the CHR? This is a government agency. In fact, yung relatives of the victims, hindi dapat padaanan ng FOI yan. Anak niyang namatay. Tapos sabi, hindi, sa EO2 kasi hindi pwede. So all these things, Mr. Chair, lead to hindi niya masisi ang mga pamilya ng biktima na mag-isip, hindi, kakutsaba kayo. Kasi binanggit ko yung 3-4 na instances na wala silang access. And the police, I'm very sad to say, you don't consider lack of access of the victims to police investigation, to documents, to the courts, to the justice system as not a human rights violation. Sabi nga ni Chair kanina, in fact, he thinks justice delayed is already injustice in itself. Ito, hindi lang ito justice delayed, this is justice denied kasi hindi ma-access ng pamilya ng CHR. And now, ang Kongreso itself, a co-equal branch, will have to ask the President, pwede ba humingi ng kopya ng report ni Secretary Guevara? I mean, this is a plenary power of Congress and this involves human rights. I would like to think that the President will give in to the request of the House. What I'm just pointing at is, ganito ba talaga ang sistema natin? Pahirapan talaga bago makakuha ng dokumento. Even CHR, even Congress, former secretary cannot get these documents. So how much more the poor family si Nanay Llore? Can you blame them if they go to the ICC? Other than the fact that the president is immune from suit, kaya talaga hindi siya makasuhan dito. But just the fact, 52 cases have only been investigated no matter what you say. Even if in the subsequent report of the general who will come over, he will say 1,000 cases are being investigated or prosecuted. Mr. Chair, kulang yan. 6,200, 1,000 lang ang pinoprosecute. Then, if we cite anecdotal examples of, si Kian na we can cite some cases.
Thank you, Attorney.
Mr. Chair, if I may ask Attorney Colmenares, our former
Go ahead,
colleague.
and afterwards, ako.
Attorney Colmenares, yung sinasabi niyo pong 52 investigated cases, where did you get it?
From the government's appeal to the International Criminal Court. When the ICC denied
Galing po to sa ICC.
Gobyerno.
Sa government natin.
Government.
But it was rendered by the ICC.
No. When the ICC, Mr. Chair, said na tuloy ang investigasyon, the government appealed. Please huwag niyong ituloy kasi nag-iimbestiga naman kami.
And they said that we have
And they
like
said that we
52
are
investigating
Well, at least
cases.
that's what we saw, Mr. Chair, in paragraph 86
Okay.
of the appeal. So yun lang, Mr. Chair, in short, I think it is incumbent on the PNP to provide the data kasi hindi talaga ma-produce yan kahit ako abogado. Imagine, CHR cannot even produce it. Sila lang talagang may hawak dito. And the fact that it has been going on since 2016 until now, that is tantamount to a lot of injustice, Mr. Chair. And now that they cannot even answer a question, which is good for them sana. If they say 6,200 killings, naimbestigahan namin 5,375. But even that, they cannot answer, Mr. Chair. It really shows na there is, napakita ko sa slide ko, a lack of interest to investigate and prosecute, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Salamat,
ito na
Mr.
po.
Chair.
Last na ako. Tapos na po ako. Hindi na po ako magtatanong. Ito na lang.
Ako po kay Condan, pwede po ba na bigyan niyo ko pinag
Mr. Chair, I think my colleague Attorney Nericol Manares did not get my point. I told this body a while ago that we have a data in our Director for Investigation and Detective Management. The deaths and killings that happened from July 2016 to
June 30.
June 30, 2022.
Can you submit that to us?
Yes, and
Mr.
the IDM, which I am not a part of it now,
Yes.
has this.
Mr. Chair?
After Kong
Yeah.
Dan,
Can you kindly categorize lamang po na kasi ang binanggit po kanina sa data is 66% during his operation ng PNP and 27%, 1,045 committed by the riding in tandem. So, can you kindly put that in your submission as well? Yung 27% that was mentioned by Mr. Joel Ariarte, di ba? Binanggit po ninyo that 1,045 riding in tandem was killed because of this
Yes, Mr.
Riding
Chair, we
tandem.
will take note of that data coming from
Thank-
our invited
Thank you,
resource
Mr. Chair.
speakers.
I'm done.
Mr. Chair?
Maraming salamat po.